I was making pancakes when my son told me Tio moved to the basement. The butter was sizzling. The syrup was warming. I had my back to him, flipping the third one golden brown, when he said it. Mom, we need the upstairs rooms. The kids are getting bigger. Maria needs an office. You'd be fine downstairs. It's got that little kitchenette. A bathroom. It's perfect. I didn't turn around. I read at the pancake. Watched the bubbles form and pop. I could feel my hand trembling. I gripped the spatula tighter. The basement, I said. It's not like it's some dungeon. I'll get you a nice bed. A TV. We'll put your chair down there. You won't even have to come up unless you want to. Unless I wanted to. I thought about the basement. The low ceiling. The concrete walls. The smell of damp and dust and forgotten things. My husband's old fishing rods leaned in the corner. His sweaters in plastic bins. His boots still caked with mud from the last time he ever wore them. David, I said, turning around, I can't do stairs. My knees. I'll get you a chair lift. A chair lift. Like I was a piece of furniture being relocated. You want to put me on a chair lift, I said, so I can live in a storage room. Mom, you're being dramatic. It's not a storage room. It's an in-law suite. The word in-law stuck in my throat. He'd been planning this. For weeks. Maybe months. The CA pet in the basement had been cleaned. The walls had been painted. I'd wondered why. Now I knew. They were getting my room ready. An in-law suite. I repeated. Yeah. Lots of families do it. It's practical. Practical. That was his word. His wife's word. They used it like a weapon. I set the spatula down. I walked past him. I didn't say anything else. In my bedroom, I closed the door. I leaned against it. My heart was pounding. My hands were shaking so bad I had to sit on the edge of the bed. This was the room where I'd held Rolled when he was dying. This was the room where I'd kissed David goodnight for 18 years. This was the room where I'd cried, laughed, prayed, lived. And he wanted me out. I called Maria. He wants me in the basement, I said. He actually said it out loud. Eleanor. Tell me you're joking. I'm not joking. He's got the chair lift picked out. That son of a Maria. I need help. Name it. Find me a place. Anywhere. I don't see where. Just not here. She was quiet. Then, you're leaving. Tonight. I can't stay here another night, Maria. I'll go crazy. I'll say something I can't take back. Give me an hour. I'll find you something. Find me everything, I said. I'm not coming back. Root packing. Quietly. Refully. I filled my old suitcase with the things that mattered most. Rolled's watch. My mother's ring. The photo albums. I left everything else. Let them have it. Let them argue over my furniture, my dishes, my life. In the kitchen, I heard David on the phone. His voice was light. Happy. He was telling someone about the basement plan. She'll love it down there, he said. It's got everything she needs. I felt something twist in my chest. It wasn't anger. It wasn't hurt. It was something else. Something colder. Maria called back in 40 minutes. There's a place, she said. Little bungalow in Sun City. 2 bedrooms. A GA den. Porch with a swing. The owner just dropped the price. It's yours if you want it. Send me the address. I'm on my way. Eleanor, it's a 16-hour drive. I'm leaving tonight. Are you sure? I looked at the suitcase. At the life I was packing away. At the door I was about to walk through. I've never been more sure of anything, I said. I waited until midnight. Until the house was quiet. Until I could hear David's snores through the wall. Then I moved. I ride my suitcase out to my old Buick. I loaded the trunk. I left the keys to the house on the kitchen counter. The note was short. I didn't want to write it. But I had to. David, I hope you enjoy the master bedroom. I hope you enjoy the kitchen. I hope you enjoy every inch of that house I raised you in. I'll be somewhere else. Somewhere I don't have to ask permission to exist. Mom, I drove through the night. Past the neighborhoods I'd known for 50 years. Past the school where I'd taught kindergarten. Past the church where I'd married Rolled. Past everything. I didn't cry. I didn't feel anything. I was numb. The highway stretched out ahead of me. Dark, empty. Free. At sunrise, I pulled into a diner in Arizona. I ordered coffee. I looked at my hands. They were steady now. Steady and strong. I took out my phone. I saw 17 missed calls from David. 3 texts. The first one said, "Mom, where are you?" The second said, "This isn't funny." The third said, "You can't just leave." I read them. Then I put my phone face down on the table. I drank my coffee. I watched the sun come up. And I thought about the basement. The low ceiling. The concrete walls. The cold that never went away. I thought about how close I'd come to saying yes. I finished my coffee. I paid my bill. I walked out to my car. And I never went back. That was 3 months ago. Now I live in a little white house with blue shutters. I have a porch swing. I have roses. I have a garden full of tomatoes and basil. I have friends. I have a book club. I have a life. David called every day for the first month. I let him leave voicemails. "I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean it. You can have the whole house. I'll move into the basement myself. Just please come back." I didn't call him back. I wanted to. I wanted to hear his voice. I wanted to hear the grandchildren in the background. But I also wanted to breathe. I wanted to exist without permission. I wanted to be a person, not a problem. I got a letter from Lily last week. She's 9. She has her father's eyes and her grandmother's stubbornness. She wrote, "Grandma, I miss you. Dad is really mad. But I think you did the right thing. You always tell me to follow my heart. And you followed yours. I love you." I folded the letter and put it in my pocket. I sat on my porch swing. I watched the sunset. I felt the warm Arizona air on my skin. And for the first time in 72 years, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. The phone rang. David again. I picked it up. "Mom, please. We can fix this. I'll build you a whole new room. Whatever you want." I listened to him beg. I listened to him offer things he couldn't give. I listened to him promise to change. And when he was done, I said, "I don't want a room, David. I want respect. I respect you. You wanted to put me in the basement. I was wrong, yes. You were. And I'll forgive you. I'll always forgive you. But I'm not coming back. Mom, I love you. I love the grandchildren. But I love myself too. I spent 40 years forgetting that. I'm done forgetting." I hung up. I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. The sun was gone. The stars were out. The porch swing creaked softly. I thought about the basement. The cold. The dark. The sound of my own footsteps echoing off concrete. And I smiled. Because I'd never see it again. Not from the inside. This is my life now. My house. My garden. My choices. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Not for the house I raised my son in. Not for the room where I slept for 43 years. Not for the love of a man who thought he could put me away like a set of old Christmas decorations. I am not a decoration. I am not a burden. I am not a piece of furniture you can move to the basement when you need more space. I am a woman. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. And I am finally home. If this story feels familiar, or if you've ever felt invisible or trapped, or like you're disappearing into someone else's life, then you know what I mean. You don't have to stay. You don't have to be the one who makes things easy. You don't have to be the one who gets put in the basement. You can leave. You can find your porch swing. You can choose yourself. And that choice is everything. My name is Eleanor. I'm 72 years old. And I've never been more alive. Subscribe. Comment below. Tell me your story. Because we're not alone. We're just the ones who finally stopped being invisible. The phone buzzed on the counter. I ignored it. I was knee-deep in potting soil, planting a row of marigolds along the front walk. The sun was warm on my back. The dirt smelled rich and good. Imelda was on the porch swing, iced tea in her hand, watching me work like I was some kind of miracle. "You're getting dirt on your new jeans," she said. "Good. They needed breaking in." She laughed. That familiar laugh I'd known for 60 years. "You're a different person, you know that." I sat back on my heels. Wiped sweat off my forehead with the back of my glove. "I'm the same person. I just stopped apologizing for existing. Eleanor, you used to apologize for breathing too loud. Now you're planting marigolds in a state you've never lived in, ignoring your son's calls, and looking like you just won the lottery. I smiled. Maybe I did. The phone buzzed again. I glanced at the screen. David. Again. He'd called 17 times since I'd hung up on him. Left voicemails. Sent texts. I'd read exactly one of them. It said, "I'm coming to get you." I'd laughed out loud at that. He didn't even know where I was. Immersive had bought the house in her name, a shell company, a trust. I'd paid cash. There was no paper trail that led back to me. "I'm sorry," I said to Immersive. "I'm being rude. I'm just out here working while you sit there looking pretty. Please. I'm enjoying the show. You've got more energy than I've seen in 20 hours." I went back to my marigolds. Little orange soldiers. They'd bloom all summer. They'd be beautiful. They'd be mine. That's when I saw it. A car. Not a normal car. A dark blue sedan with tinted windows. Slowing down. Stopping. My heart jumped. Not Fiat, something else. Something sharper. Expecting someone, and Immersive asked. Sitting up. No. The car stopped at the end of my driveway. It didn't pull in. It just sat there. Engine running. Windows dark. I couldn't see inside. But I felt it. Eyes. Watching. The phone buzzed again in my pocket. I pulled it out. "Mom, I know you're in Sun City. I hired a private investigator. I know where you are." I looked up at the car. At the tinted windows. At the silhouette I couldn't quite make out. "Son of a sta root." "It's fine," I said. But my hands were shaking. I shoved them into my pockets. The car stayed for 30 seconds. Then it pulled away. Slow. Deliberate. I watched it disappear around the corner. "Does he know the actual address?" Immersive asked. "He said he knows I'm in Sun City. That's it. He doesn't have the house. Yet." I went inside. I locked the door. I sat at my kitchen table with the phone in front of me. The marigolds were still in the dirt. Half planted. Half forgotten. I called him. He answered on the first ring. "Mom." "David. I know where you are. You know the city. You don't know my house. I'll find it. Don't." "Mom, I need to see you. I need to fix this. Fix it from your end. I'm not your problem to fix. You're my mother. Then treat me like one." My voice was steady. Strong. Rely recognized it. "I want to come see you." "No. Mom, no, David. You wanted me in the basement. I'm not in the basement. I'm in a house I bought with my own money on my own land, with no one telling me where to sleep. You don't get to show up and unmake that." Silence. "Then, I made a mistake." "Yes, you did. And I forgive you." "You don't sound like you forgive me." "I forgave you the second I left." "I haven't forgotten. But I forgave you. For my sake." "Then let me come see you." I thought about the door I'd closed. The life I'd walked away from. The porch swing. The roses. The quiet mornings. I thought about the basement. "I'll think about it," I said. "But you don't get to show up unannounced. You don't get to drive by my house with your private investigator. You don't get to do that to me." "I won't. Promise me." "I promise." I hung up. I read at my phone. Immersive came in. She stood in the kitchen doorway. "You okay?" "I think so. You need backup." "I need to plant my marigolds." I went back outside. I knelt in the dirt. I finished the row. Orange soldiers standing at attention. The phone buzzed one more time. I picked it up. It wasn't David. It was Lily. "Grandma, Dad is really mad. He's yelling at everyone. I snuck your phone number. Please don't tell him." I smiled. "My girl. I won't tell him, sweetheart. Are you okay?" "I'm okay. I just miss you." "I miss you too. More than you know." "Can I come visit you?" "Just me." I looked at my garden. My porch swing. My little white house with blue shutters. "Maybe," I said. "Let me think about it." "Grandma, I'm serious. I'll get on a plane by myself." "I'm not red. I know you're not red. You're a tough girl. But let me figure out the grown-up stuff first." "Okay. Love you." "Love you too, Lily." She hung up. I put the phone in my pocket. For the first time in months, I felt a real smile. Not the polite smile. Not the "I'm fine" smile. The real one. The one that reached my eyes. Ma was watching me. Lily, yeah. She wants to visit, I think so. That's huge, Eleanor. It's complicated. Everything is complicated. But she loves you. That's not complicated. I looked at the sky. The clouds were pink and orange. The sun was low. You know what I realized, I said. What David knew, he was wrong the whole time. He just didn't think I'd do anything about it. Ma nodded. That's how they are. They expect us to be soft. To bend. To disappear into the background. I didn't disappear. I read him. We both laughed. It felt good. It felt real. That night, I sat on my porch swing. I watched the stars come out. I listened to the crickets. And I thought about Lily. 9 years old. Already braver than her father. Already SMA ruder than her mother. She saw what happened. She understood. That's what got me. The kids always understand. I went to bed early. I slept like a rock. 8 hours of dreamless nothing. When I woke up, there was a car in my driveway again. Not the blue sedan. A silver minivan. I knew that van. I'd helped them pick it out. I'd paid for half of it. David was standing at my front door. Mom, open up. We need to talk. I opened the door. Just a crack. Just enough to see his face. You promised, I said. I lied. I know you lied. Why are you here? He looked old. Tired. His eyes were red. His shirt was wrinkled. I'd never seen him like this. Ria left me, he said. I read at him. She said I was too obsessed with you. She said I was a mama's boy. She took the kids. She took everything. David, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I was a fool. I put you in the basement in my head, and I didn't even think twice. And now I've lost everyone. I looked at him. At my son. At the boy I'd raised. And something shifted in my chest. It wasn't forgiveness. Not exactly. It was something colder. Something sharper. Come in, I said. But don't expect me to fix this. He walked through my door. He looked at my house. My things. My life. Nice place, he said. It's not a basement, I said. He flinched. I sat him at my kitchen table. I made coffee. Same as I'd always done. Same as I'd done the morning he told me to move. He took the cup. He didn't drink. Mom, I don't know what to do. That's not my problem. I know. I'm not asking for help. I needed to see you. You saw me. Now what? He put his head in his hands. I don't deserve you. No, you don't. He looked up. Shocked. Like he expected me to pat his hand and say it was okay. I didn't. You hurt me, I said. You planned it. You cleaned the basement. You picked out a chairlift. You had it all figured out. Mom, and the worst part, I almost agreed. I almost said yes. Because I'm your mother and I love you. And you knew that. You counted on that. He was crying now. Ugly crying. Snot and tears. Don't do that, I said. Don't cry at me like I'm the one who did wrong. You're right. You're right. I'm a terrible son. You're not terrible. You're selfish. There's a difference. He laughed. A wet, broken sound. You're different. I got different. I had to. I took a breath. I'll help you, David. Not because you deserve it. Because I'm not you. I don't turn my back on people who need me. I thought about the basement. I thought about the chairlift. I thought about how close I'd come to saying yes. Then I thought about Lily. I want to see the kids, I said. They're with Ria. She won't let me see them. I'll talk to her. You do that, I'd do it for Lily. And for the twins. They don't need to suffer because you were an idiot. He read at me. Like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. Maybe I was someone new. I'll call Ria, I said. But after that you leave. You go home. You figure out your life. And you don't come back until you know how to treat me like a person. He nodded. Okay. I mean it, David. No more private investigators. No more surprises. No more basement talk. Never. I'll never bring it up again. I picked up the phone. Ria answered on the second ring. Eleanor, Ria. It's me. I heard you left. I heard David came to see you. He's here right now. Good. He needs a mother. He needs a lot of things. That's not why I'm calling. Then why? Because I love Lily. I love the twins. And they don't need to be caught in the middle of this. Maria was quiet. Then, I know. I know that. I'm not trying to hurt you, Eleanor. I know. But you need to let me see them. Not for him. For me. They ask about you all the time. Lily cries at night. Then let me see her. Please. Another silence. Then, okay. I'll bring her to you. Next weekend. Thank you. Eleanor, you're a good person. He doesn't deserve you. I know, I said. I hung up. David was looking at me with something like, aw. You did it. I did it. Now go. Mom, go. We'll talk when you've fixed your life. He stood. He walked to the door. He turned back. Thank you, he said. Thank me by being better. He nodded. He left. I sat on my porch swing. I watched his van drive away. The marigolds were blooming. The sky was blue. The air was warm, and I thought about the basement. The cold. The dark. The footsteps echoing off concrete. I'd almost said yes. Almost. But I didn't. And now I had everything. I'm not in the basement, I said to the empty air. I'm never going to be in the basement. I closed my eyes. I listened to the birds. And I smiled. Because the basement was in the past. Where it belonged. The next morning, I woke up to a text from Maria. Change of plans. I'll bring Lily today. 2 p.m. Is that okay? I sat up in bed, my heart already pounding. Today. Not next weekend. Today. I typed back, that's fine. What changed? She replied. David came home and screamed at everyone. I don't want Lily in that house right now. I read the message twice. David. Screaming. The man who had stood on my porch with red eyes and crumpled shirt, begging for forgiveness. The man who had promised to be better. I wanted to be surprised. I wasn't. Bring her, I typed. I'll be ready. I got out of bed and sta route moving. I made the guest room up fresh. I set out the quilt my grandmother had made. I put flowers in a vase on the nightstand. I wanted Lily to feel safe. I wanted Lily to feel wanted. I looked in the mirror. My hair was gray now. Not the salt and pepper I'd had at 60. Pure white. My face had lines. Deep ones. The kind you earn from rs of carrying other people's weight. But my eyes. My eyes were clear. RP. I wasn't the same woman who'd packed a suitcase in the middle of the night. I was stronger. Rider. But softer in all the right places. At 1:45, I was on the porch swing. Waiting. Watching the road. At 2 o'clock, a silver sedan pulled into the driveway. Maria got out first. Then Lily. She saw me and she ran. 9 years old, brown hair flying. Arms outstretched. Grandma. I caught her. Held her. Felt her small body press against mine. Hi, sweetie RT, I said, my voice thick. I missed you so much. I missed you too, Lily. More than you know. I looked over her head at Maria. She was standing by the car, arms crossed. Not hostile. Just tired. Worried. You want to come in? I asked. I can't. I've got the twins at a sitter. I should get back. Stay for a minute. At least have some lemonade. She hesitated. Then nodded. We sat on the porch. Me, Maria, and Lily. Maria had gone home the night before, so it was just us. This is nice, Maria said, looking around. Your house. Thank you. It's not a basement, Lily said, matter of fact. Maria winced. I felt my jaw tighten. No, I said. It's not. Lily looked at me with those big eyes. Dad told me about that. He said he made a mistake. But I don't think he really thinks that. Lily, Maria said. That's enough. It's okay, I said. Let her talk. Lily turned to me. He was on the phone the other night. He said you were being selfish. He said you abandoned us. I looked at Maria. Her face was pale. He said that. I asked. He was drinking, Maria said quickly. He's been drinking a lot. He didn't used to drink, I said. He didn't used to do a lot of things. Lily was still looking at me. Are you going to come back? I knelt down in front of her. Took her hands. No, sweetie RT. I'm not coming back to that house. But I'm not leaving you. I'm right here. Whenever you need me. But you're so far away. I know. But we can call. We can video chat. And you can come visit me whenever you want. This is your home too, Lily. This porch is your porch. This swing is your swing. She looked at the swing. At the roses. At the garden I'd planted. Can I help you plant flowers? She asked. Of course you can. I have a whole bed that needs marigolds. You can be my official assistant. She smiled. It was a small smile, but it was real. Maria stood. Lily, I need to talk to your grandmother alone for a minute. Can you go explore the garden? Lily took off running. She was all legs and energy and childhood. I watched her go. Then I turned to Maria. He's worse than you think, she said. What do you mean he's been calling your house? The old house. Every night. He stands in the living room and talks to your empty chair. My empty chair. The chair I'd sat in for 40 hours. The chair I'd left behind. Maria, I can't live like this, Eleanor. I can't raise 3 kids with a man who's lost his mind. He came to me a few days ago. He was broken. He was sorry. He was performing. He's always performing. He did the same thing to me after the basement thing came out. Said he was sorry. Said he'd change. And then he went right back. I looked at my hands. They were steady. They weren't shaking. Where is he now? I asked. At the house. Probably drinking. How much is he drinking? Every night. Sometimes all day. I felt something in my chest. Not pity. Not anger. Something else. Something heavy. He needs help, I said. Yes. He does. But I can't be the one to give it to him. No. You can't. She looked at me. I'm sorry, Eleanor. I know he's your son. But I'm done. I'm taking the kids and leaving. I'm going back to my parents' place. When tonight? I nodded. Good. She blinked. Good, Maria. I spent 40 hours enabling everyone. I'm not going to tell you to stay. If you need to go, go. The kids come first. She looked relieved. Like she'd been expecting a fight. I'll bring Lily to visit, she said. Regular RLY. I promise. I know you will. She called Lily back. They said their goodbyes. I hugged Lily tight. I'll call you tonight, I said. And tomorrow. And every day. Promise, I promise. I watched them drive away. The silver sedan Desape red around the corner. I sat on my porch swing. I looked at my garden. At my roses. At my little white house with the blue shutters. And I thought about David. Drinking alone in a house full of empty chairs. I picked up my phone. I called him. He answered on the first ring. Mom. David. Did you see Lily? Yes. I saw Lily. And I talked to Maria. Good. Great. Is she coming back? David, Maria is leaving. Silence. Then, what? She's taking the kids. She's going to her parents' place. She can't do that. She can. She is. And the reason she's doing it is because you came home from my house and screamed at everyone. I didn't scream. You screamed at everyone. I was stressed. David, listen to me. You are the author of your own problems. You put me in the basement. You pushed Maria away. You drove off your own kids. You. Not me. Not Maria. You. Mom, I love you. I will always love you. But I can't fix this. I can't fix you. Only you can do that. Mom, please. I need you. You need a mirror. You need to look at yourself and see what you've become. He was crying now. I could hear it in his breathing. Come back, he said. Please just come back. I'll do anything. I'm not coming back, David. And I'm not going to keep having this conversation. Get help. Go to a meeting. Find a therapist. And when you've done that, when you're actually different, we can talk. Mom, I hung up. I sat on the porch swing. The sun was setting. The sky was pink and gold. I felt something settle in my chest. A calm I hadn't felt in years. I had done everything right. I had been patient. I had been kind. I had been forgiving. But I was done being everyone's emotional support animal. I was my own person now. And my person needed peace. That night, Lily called me. Her voice was small. A grandma. We're at Grandma Jenny's house now. She's nice. She made me mac and cheese. That sounds wonderful, sweetie art. Are you okay? You sound weird. I'm okay. I'm just thinking. About what? About how brave you are. How brave your mom is. I'm not brave. I'm SCA red. Being SCA red and being brave Ari the same thing. You can't have one without the other. I heard her smile through the phone. You always say the best things. I try. Grandma Ari, you ever going to see Dad again? I thought about David. My son. The boy I'd raised. The man who'd wanted to put me in a basement. Yes, I said. I'll see him again. But it might be a while. Because he's being a butthead, I laughed. Yes, Lily. Because he's being a butthead. She giggled. That's what Mom calls him. Butthead. SMART woman, your mother. She was quiet for a second. Then, I'm glad you're not in the basement, Grandma. Me too, sweet ART, me too. We talked for another hour. About flowers. About school. About her favorite movies. When we hung up, I felt lighter. Maria texted me later. We're settled. Lily's asleep. Thank you for being who you are. I texted back. Thank you for letting me see her. You're a good mother. She replied, so are you. I put the phone down. I looked at my porch. At my GA den. At the STARS. I thought about the basement. The cold. The dark. The smell of dust and forgotten things. I'd almost said yes. Almost. But I didn't. And now I had everything. My name is Eleanor. I'm 72 years old. I live in a little white house with blue shutters and a porch swing and a GA den full of marigolds. My son is lost. My daughter-in-law is fighting. My granddaughter is brave. And I'm not in the basement. I'll never be in the basement again. The next morning, I got up early. I made coffee. I sat on the swing and watched the sun come up. My phone buzzed. David. I didn't answer. He left a voicemail. I listened to it. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm going to get help. I'm going to fix this. I love you. I deleted the message. I drank my coffee. I looked at my marigolds. They were blooming. Orange and bright and alive. And I knew in my bones that I'd made the right choice. I wasn't a problem to be solved. I wasn't a burden to be moved. I was a woman who finally knew her own worth. And that worth had nothing to do with basements. The knock came at 7 a.m. Not the front door. The back door. The one that led from my kitchen to the GA den. I was halfway through my first cup of coffee. My hair was a mess. My robe was tied crooked. I hadn't even brushed my teeth. I grabbed the cast iron skillet from the stove. Habit. Instinct. 40 years of being a woman alone had taught me to be ready. I crept to the back door. Peeked through the curtain. I opened the door. What the hell? USCA read me half to death. She pushed past me. Her face was pale. Her hands were shaking. Eleanor, I need to tell you something. And you need to sit down. I didn't sit. What happened? She pulled out her phone. Opened an app. Held it up to me. I've got a camera on your old house. The one David took over. I put it in a tree across the street. I'm not supposed to tell you that, but I've been watching. What did you see? David is gone. He left last night. He packed a bag and drove off. But that's not the bad part. Spit it out. She turned the phone around. Showed me the video. It was dark. Night vision. The front porch of my old house. The house I'd raised my son in. The house I'd left in the middle of the night. Someone was on the porch. A woman. She was tall, thin, with long dark hair. She was wearing a red coat. She was holding a key. She unlocked the front door and went inside. Who is that? I asked. I don't know, Amara said. But she's been there for 3 hours. She hasn't come out. And David Car isn't there. I read at the screen. At the woman in the red coat. At the door that used to be mine. That's not his car in the driveway. I said. Whose is it? I don't know. I called David. It went straight to voicemail. I called again. Same thing. I called Maria. She answered on the third ring. Eleanor, what's wrong? David's gone. There's a woman in his house. What of a woman? In a red coat. She let herself in with a key. Maria was quiet for a second. Then, Eleanor, I don't know anything about a woman. David and I have been separated for a week. I haven't been back to that house. Who could she be? I have no idea. But I'll tell you this, David's been secretive lately. More than usual. He's been getting phone calls he steps outside to take. My heart was pounding. What kind of calls? He said it was work. But he lost his job 3 months ago. I found out by accident. I leaned against the kitchen counter. My grip on the skillet loosened. Eleanor Maria said, BCA refill. I don't know what's going on, but something is wrong. I'll BCA refill. Call me if you need anything. I hung up. I looked at Maria. We're going to that house. Eleanor, no. I'm not going inside. I'm just going to look. I need to see who this woman is. Let me come with you. No. I need you here. If I don't call you in 2 hours, you call the police. Eleanor, please, Maria. This is my son. My house. I need to see with my own eyes. She looked at me for a long moment. Then she nodded. I changed clothes. Jeans. A jacket. Comfortable shoes. I grabbed my keys, my phone, and a small flashlight from the junk drawer. I didn't take the skillet. That felt like overkill. I drove the 16 hours. I didn't stop. I didn't eat. I just drove. At the border of my old state, I pulled over and called Maria again. Anything, she asked. I'm an hour away. Has David called? Nothing. I tried his phone. It's off. I even called the sheriff to do a welfare recheck. They said no one answered the door. Did they say if the woman was there? They said the house looked empty. No lights. No car in the driveway. But I don't think they actually checked. I felt cold. The kind of cold that has nothing to do with temperature. I'm going to the house, I said. Eleanor, please BCA refill. I will. I hung up. I got back on the highway. The house looked different when I pulled up. Smaller. Older. The paint was peeling. The lawn was overgrown. The swing on the porch was gone. I'd taken that with me. I sat in my car for a long time. Just looking. No car in the driveway. No lights on. No sign of the woman in the red coat. But the front door was open. Just a crack. I got out of the car. I walked up the path. I pushed the door open with my foot. Hello, I called out. Is anyone here? Silence. I stepped inside. The living room was empty. No furniture. David had sold it all, apparently. The walls were bare. The pet was stained. I walked through the kitchen. Empty. The cabinets were open. The refrigerator was gone. I walked to the basement door. It was closed. A strip of light showed underneath. My heart stopped. David, I called. Is that you? No answer. I put my hand on the knob. I turned it. I pulled the door open. The basement was finished. Repeated. Painted. There was a bed in the corner. A TV. A little kitchenette. And on the bed, sitting with her back to me, was the woman in the red coat. She turned around. It was Lily. Not the Lily I'd seen 2 days ago. This Lily was older. Thinner. Hollow-eyed. She looked like she hadn't slept in weeks. Grandma, she said. Her voice was flat. Broken. Lily, what are you doing here? What happened to you? She stood up. She was wearing the red coat. It was huge on her. Too big. Not hers. Dad brought me here, she said. He said we were going on a trip. A secret trip. Just the two of us. Where is he? I don't know. He left yesterday. He said he'd be back. He hasn't come back. I walked down the stairs. I took her in my arms. She was shaking. Cold. Sweet ART, why are you in the basement? He said I had to stay down here. He said no one could know I was here. I felt something snap inside me. Something shot RP and final. Lily, did your father hurt you? She looked at me. Her eyes filled with tears. He didn't hit me. He locked me down here. He said it was for my own good. He said I was safer here than with Mom. I held her tighter. You're safe now. I'm taking you out of here. But Grandma, Lily, I'm taking you out of here. I led her up the stairs. Out the front door. Into my car. I buckled her in. I got in the driver's seat. I looked at the house. At the house I'd raised my son in. At the house where I'd been told to move to the basement. And I saw him. David. Standing in the front yard. He looked different. Dirty. Unshaven. His eyes were wild. Mom, he said. What are you doing? Get away from the car, David. Mom, you don't understand. Lily is safe with me. I'm protecting her. From what? From Maria. From everyone. She's not safe out there. She's only safe with me. I root the engine. Get out of the way. Mom, I'm not letting you take her. She's my daughter. David, you locked her in a basement. It was for her own good. I looked at Lily. She was crying silently. Her hands were gripping the seat belt. David, I said. Move. He didn't move. He walked around to the driver's side. He put his hand on the door. Get out of the car, Mom. No. I'm not asking. David, you've lost your mind. You need help. Real help. Not this. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. The only problem is everyone keeps taking things from me. He reached into his pocket. Pulled out a key. A key to my car. Get out, he said again. I unlocked the door. I got out. I stood facing my son. David, you don't want to do this. Don't tell me what I want. You don't know what I want. You never did. I know you wanted me in the basement. I know you wanted to make me disappear. And when I refused, you found someone else to put down there. She's my daughter. I can do what I want with my daughter. No, David. You can't. That's not how it works. He laughed. It was an ugly laugh. Broken. Mom, you don't get to be the moral authority. You left us. You abandoned us. I left because you tried to put me in the basement. Because you were in the way. I looked at him. At my son. At the boy I'd raised. And I felt nothing. Not anger. Not pain. Just emptiness. David, I said, I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to take Lily. And I'm going to drive to the police station. Mom, you can stop me. You can try. But I'm stronger than you think. And I'm not afraid of you. He looked at me. Really looked. Something flickered in his eyes. Doubt. Fear. Mom, please. I'm done, David. I'm done trying to save you. I'm done being your mother. I'm done. He stepped back. Just one step. But it was enough. I got in the car. I locked the doors. I drove away. In the rear-view mirror, I watched my son disappear. Lily was crying. I reached over and squeezed her hand. Grandma, she said. I'm red. Don't be. I've got you. You're safe now. Where are we going? To the police station. And then to your mother. She's going to be so mad. Lily, your mother is going to be relieved. She's going to be so happy to see you. We drove in silence. The sun was setting. The sky was red and purple and gold. I thought about the basement. I thought about David. I thought about all the hours I'd spent trying to make everything right. And I knew, with absolute certainty, that I couldn't fix this. That I couldn't fix him. But I could save Lily. And that was enough. I drove straight to the police station. Lily was silent in the passenger seat, her small hands twisted in the fabric of that too big red coat. I kept one hand on the wheel and one hand reached over, holding hers. Or we're almost there, sweetie RT, I said. Grandma, is Dad going to go to jail? I looked at her. 9 years old. Asking a question no 9-year-old should ever have to ask. I don't know, Lily. But whatever happens, it's not your fault. None of this is your fault. She nodded. A tiny nod. But she squeezed my hand back. I pulled into the station lot. I helped her out of the car. I walked her through the doors. The officer at the desk looked up. He saw Lily's face. He saw my face. He stood up fast. Ma'am, is everything okay? No, I said. Everything is not okay. My granddaughter was locked in a basement by her father. I need to report a kidnapping. Everything moved fast after that. They took Lily to a separate room. A woman officer went with her. She was kind. She brought her a blanket and hot chocolate. I sat in a hot plastic chair and told them everything. The basement. David's demand. My leaving. Lily's call. The video Emma had shown me. The open door. The basement light. The red coat. Your son did this, the detective asked. A heavy-set man with tired eyes and a gentle voice. Yes. And you believe he's still at the house? I don't know. He was there when I left. He tried to stop me from taking Lily. He tried to stop you. He stood in front of my car. He told me to get out. He had a key to my door. The detective wrote everything down. Ma'am, we're going to send a unit to that address. We're going to find your son. Please do. He's sick. He's not well. He needs help, but he also needs to be stopped. The detective looked at me. Ma'am, you did the right thing. You brought her in. That took courage. I shook my head. I just didn't want to lose her. I lost so much already. I called Maria from the station. She picked up on the first ring. Eleanor, what happened? Lily is safe. She's with me at the police station. Where was she? I took a breath. David had her. He took her from your parents' house. He locked her in the basement of the old house. I heard Maria scream. A raw, primal sound that cut through the phone line. Then crying. Then, I'm coming. I'm getting in the car right now. Don't let her out of your sight. Maria, drive safe. She's okay. She's safe. I'll be with her. Eleanor, thank you. Thank you for finding her. I would do anything for her. You know that. I know. I know you would. I hung up and went to find Lily. She was in the break room. The woman officer was sitting with her. Lily was drinking her hot chocolate, but her eyes were still glassy. She looked up when I came in. Grandma, is Mom coming? Yes, sweetheart. She's on her way. She'll be here soon. Did they find Dad? I sat down next to her. Took her hand. I don't know yet. But whatever happens, you're safe. That's what matters. When can I go home? You'll go home with your mom. And then we'll figure everything out. But you're never going back to that house. I promise you that. She leaned her head against my shoulder. Grandma, I was so red. I know you were. I'm sorry I didn't get there sooner. It's not your fault. Dad tricked me. He said we were going on a trip. What did he tell you? He said Mom wanted me to go with him. He said it was a surprise. He made me get in the car, and then we drove to the old house, and he locked me in the basement. He said I had to stay down there until he came back. He's sick, Lily. He's very sick. But that doesn't make what he did okay. I know. I know he did a bad thing. But he's still my dad. I held her tighter. I know he is. And you can still love him. But you don't have to forgive him. And you don't have to be near him. She nodded into my shoulder. Maria arrived 2 hours later. She burst through the station doors, wild-eyed and breathless. Lily. Mom. They collided. Hugged. Cried. I stood back and watched. Eleanor, Maria said, looking at me over Lily's head. What happened? What did he do? I told her everything. Every detail. Every step. Maria's face turned white. Then red. Then white again. I'm going to kill him, she said. No, you're not, I said. Because I already called the police. They're looking for him right now. Where is he? I don't know. But they're going to find him. She sat down. Her legs gave out. She pulled Lily onto her lap and rocked her like a baby. I can't believe he did this, she said. I can't believe he would do this. He's not the same person, I said. He changed. He got sick. He was always like this, Maria said. He just hid it better. He was always selfish. Always controlling. I just didn't see it until it was too late. I didn't argue. I couldn't. 2 hours later, the detective came back. Ma'am, I need to speak with you. In private. I followed him into a conference room. My heart was pounding. We found your son, he said. He was at the house. He'd barricaded himself in the basement. Is he? He's alive. He's in custody. He's being taken to a hospital for evaluation. What happens now? He's going to be charged with kidnapping, child endangerment, false imprisonment, possibly more. He's facing serious time, ma'am. I nodded. I felt nothing. Just emptiness. Can I see him? The detective looked surprised. You want to see him? Yes. I need to see him. Just once. Ma'am, I don't think that's a good idea. He's in a very volatile state. Please. I need to do this. For myself. For Lily. For everyone. The detective hesitated. Then nodded. They took me to the hospital. David was in a room. His hands were cuffed to the bed. His eyes were closed. He looked old. Broken. Nothing like the man who'd told me to move to the basement. The guard let me in. You have 5 minutes. I sat in the chair next to the bed. I waited. He opened his eyes. Mom, hello, David. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. David, you locked Lily in a basement. My granddaughter. Your daughter. You locked her in a basement. I know. I know. I wasn't thinking. I was confused. I was SCA red. You were SCA red of what of losing everyone. Of being alone. I thought if I kept her safe, if I kept her with me, I wouldn't lose her too. David, you lost her the moment you locked that door. I know. I know. I ruined everything. Yes, you did. I looked at my son. The boy I'd raised. The man who'd tried to put me in a basement. The man who'd put his own daughter in one. David, I love you. I will always love you. But I can't fix this. I can't save you. Only you can do that. I know. And I want you to know something. Lily is okay. She's with her mother. She's safe. And she still loves you, even though she shouldn't have to. Does she really she does. She said you're still her dad. He sta root to cry. Ugly, broken sobs. Mom, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve any of you. No, you don't. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on you. I'm going to be here, David. Not in the basement. Not in your house. But here. As your mother. When you're ready to actually get better. I don't know if I can get better. Then you try. That's all anyone can do. You try. I stood up. I walked to the door. Mom, I turned. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you too, David. But love isn't the same as fixing. You have to do the work. I walked out. I found Ria and Lily in the waiting room. Lily was asleep in her mother's arms. Ria was sta ring at the wall. Did you see him? She asked. Yes. Was he sorry? Yes. But sorry isn't enough. No, it's not. We sat in silence. I held Ria's hand. I watched Lily sleep. She saved her. Ria said. What do you mean, Lily? She called you. She snuck your number. She was brave enough to reach out. She's a brave girl. She's your granddaughter. I smiled. It was small, but it was real. That night, I drove back to Sun City. Ria and Lily were staying in a hotel. They'd go to Ria's parents' house in the morning. I'd see them again in a few days. I drove through the night. The highway stretched out ahead of me. I thought about David. About the basement. About the woman I used to be. I thought about the woman I was now. When I got home, it was 3 a.m. I parked my car. I walked up my path. I sat on my porch swing. The stars were out. The air was warm. The marigolds were blooming. I sat there for a long time. Just breathing. Just being. The phone buzzed. Eleanor, you're back. I'm back. Are you okay? I'm more than okay. I'm alive. I'm free. And I saved my granddaughter. You're incredible. You know that. I'm just a woman who finally stopped being invisible. I ended the call. I sat on my swing. I thought about the basement. The cold. The dark. The sound of footsteps echoing off concrete. I thought about David. The little boy who used to run to me with scraped knees. I thought about Lily. The brave girl who called for help. And I thought about myself. The woman who left. I wasn't invisible anymore. I was seen. I was heroed. I was real. My name is Eleanor. I'm 72 years old. I live in a little white house with blue shutters and a porch swing and a GA den full of marigolds. My son is in a hospital. My granddaughter is safe. My daughter-in-law is free. And I am not in the basement. I will never be in the basement again. This is my story. This is my truth. And I'm sharing it because I know there are others out there. Others who feel invisible. Others who feel trapped. Others who feel like they're disappearing into someone else's life. You don't have to stay. You don't have to be the one who makes things easy. You don't have to be the one who gets put in the basement. You can leave. You can find your porch swing. You can choose yourself. That choice is everything. My name is Eleanor. I'm 72 years old. And for the first time in my life, I'm exactly where I belong. If this story spoke to you, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Share your own story. Because we're not alone. We're never alone. We're just the ones who finally stopped being invisible. And that is the most beautiful thing of all.